Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Glory Hunter Rants. This was my idea from the beginning. Everybody gets to upload and do rants on their own team, passionate rants, biased rants, whatever you want to do. Join the Glory Hunter Discord if you want to be a part of it, and because this is a community project, it's not just about me. And I'm going to be doing a rant on my club, my local. Yes, I'm an American expat, living in Germany, living in Wiesbaden, SV Wehen Wiesbaden. And I'll probably be doing the Metro Stars, or otherwise called New York Red Bull, in the future as a season, because we're coming to the end. If you want to be a part of this, if whether we love to have guys from bigger clubs like Barcelona and Chelsea, hang out with us. We do live streams, we do watch-alongs, we do a podcast, and we all hang out. It's really it's good times. It's good times. We've actually turned people onto the game of football. I have a friend in Philadelphia that's been checking out Philadelphia Union games. So this is the first one. Let's get it started. This is about Wehen Wiesbaden, the position they find themselves in right now. So as you can see, we got a problem. We find ourselves in the promotion or the relegation spot, the relegation playoff spot. 16th, we only have Hansa Rostock 1 point behind, and Kaiserslautern 1 point ahead. It would almost seem doable in the situation if we didn't have games against St. Pauli, the very famous St. Pauli and Holstein Kiel. There's some obviously teams at the top of the table. And the fact that this happened, Sunday we lost after putting two quick goals together in the 3rd and the 18th minute by Ivan Platine, and if I apologize if I guess this is a tough Greek name, Mr. Nicholas Afrogate. I can't even say his name. All right, Nick and Ivan managed to put it together and put two goals real quick. Things were looking good. I saw Sasha Makanop pump his hand. It was looking good. It was looking safe. By the end of the half, Gunther Fürth found themselves up 3-4, and I really didn't find it to be too much of a great effort or a domination situation. These were problems in the middle field, and problems they were able to kind of pass around in our box with impunity. You see the situations where there'd be 3-on-1s and the Wehen players wouldn't be able to come up with the ball. This was unusual because Wehen, while they give up a lot of shots, they're a pretty good defensive team, and we don't usually lose by 2 goals. It's actually a pretty rare thing, and this was a real shocker and a real sort of a shot. I mean, now there are people, a couple weeks ago, I was talking to people locally and said, we got it, we're going to stay in the league, which is really the only, we're a promotion team from last year. It's kind of a miracle we got promoted. Most talking heads were saying that this is going to be a regulation battle from the beginning. It hasn't. They were in really good position come Christmas, and it's just been loss after loss after loss, and they find themselves in this relegation situation right now. And right now is the time to win. But of course, we got games for the toughest teams in the league, the most dominant teams, the most promising promotion prospects. So this is going to be difficult. So it's not surprising what happened next. Coach Markus Kauczinski was let go hours after the match, which at first, I have two different feelings about this. At first, it comes off as a low-class move. There's only 3 games left in the season. It's not reasonable to think they could turn it around. It looks from the administration that they're panicking, and they really don't know what to do. So they're going to bring in a new coach, and I guess this would be the other side of it. Look for that new coach bounce. That new coach bounce usually comes in February or November or things like that. It doesn't really come with 3 games left in the season. Now, there's 2 ways to look at that. It could be desperation because they don't know what to do. It could be this is their only option. You can see here the translated German, and I think this is Nico Schaefer saying, in the end, the path was unavoidable. Keep in mind that Mr. Kauczinski was signed just last year to 2026, and they're letting him go right now. So one side of me says it's a low-class move. I saw a lot of the comments on Twitter. They were definitely negative. I saw the comments on Facebook. They were definitely negative. On the other chance, the goal was to stay in the league. And I really think that was the only mission for Mr. Kauczinski. And to have such a good half in the first part of the season and to watch it all fall apart, I'm sure some blame should go to him, but is this the wisest move? But then again, you could look at it like, why not? Why not give it a chance? Why not wait for? Why not? Why wait? Why? Let's go for it now. That's their only mission. They weren't expected to get promoted. The middle of the table would have been more than satisfactory, and we could have gone from there. Going back down again, I think this would be the second time in 3 years that they've been relegated after promotion, and this year was looking so much more promising. Now, keep in mind, last year they backed into promotion, like literally backed into it. They had to get big losses from Saarbrücken. You might have heard them. They made a big run on Deutsche Pokal this year. Dresden Dynamo, a classic team out there in East Germany, a real famous team with great support. They had to fall apart in order to get the promotion to begin with, only to find out that Osnabrück would score 2 goals in the 90th minute. I was there. 2 goals in the 90th minute to actually give them better goal differential and knock them down to the 3rd spot to get a relegation playoff, which they won against Bielefeld. This was a miracle season. This is what got me back into football. This is why this was great. I watched my son. I went to a Cosmos game when I was a kid, and I actually got to see, when I was little guy, for all you Germans out there, Mr. Franz Beckenbauer. So this was kind of his moment for me, and I'm enjoying him sharing this. To watch this all fall apart has to be devastating, and maybe that's just why they sort of panicked like this. Maybe this is the only move. I don't know what it is. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look professional. It looks, this is an American expression, Bush League. This looks Bush League to me. I'm sorry. But then again, I'm mixed, because if they avoid relegation, then you guys look like geniuses to me. It's tough. Now, that all being said, look, as much as I like Kauczinski and I see these guys around town, and I don't want to criticize them so much where they punch me in the face in front of my family in the middle of the Marktplatz, there's got to be some legitimate, I'm sure Mr. Kauczinski can handle it, and the rest of the team, some legitimate criticism of Mr. Kauczinski, and why, this would be my argument, why he needs to be let go, even though I really don't want that, because I like the guy. I like the guy. I've met him, shook his hand. It's a little different. It's really easy to kind of throw bombs and sort of come out like a bombastic YouTuber and talk crap. And then when you meet these guys and you realize they're human beings and they have families and they're just generally nice people that, want to move ahead in their job, just like, the plumber that lives next door to you. But here is my criticism. One of the biggest problems with Wehen Wiesbaden is their inability to put it in the net. You can see Yvonne Platine, he's the only double-digit guy there. We could have used at least one more. Haijun Lee, coming from the Bayern Academy, did not really live up to, after 2 red cards, some tough breaks. He's definitely a talented guy. When he's on his game, he shows flashes of brilliance. Haijun Lee does. And he 4 goals, probably not enough. I'm sure they were expecting a little more. Even Damien Gopel, who's really just the assist master, the cross master, as I like to call him, as a right back, and was extremely effective last year. And he barely played. He was dealing with an injury. Getting him back was huge. His speed is hugely effective. I really wish that he had a couple more assists. These things were kind of tough. I guess I guess I'm making more of an argument why the players aren't up there. And you can see some of our other guys, John Iredale, Johnny Soccer from Australia. He would score a goal, look really hot, and then he'd have to do some international duty. That's nobody's fault. That's football. I get it. Franko Kovacevic, somebody who's really looking good, got sick right after he scored a brace and looking like. So I guess that would be my criticism of the players. But my criticism of the coach would be this: you never saw a static lineup in the front besides Platine. That's it. You never said I felt he was constantly tinkering. He couldn't get that chemistry to work, and that's his responsibility. 100% his responsibility. Do I think he should be fired? I'm mixed on it. It doesn't look good. But at the end of the day, they could have made an argument to let him go at the end of the season, for sure. Absolutely. I can't imagine him disagree with me with that, knowing what I know, but maybe you know something else. I'm not sure. These guys couldn't put in the net. Now, we have one of the best goalies in the league, in Florian Stritzel. He was able to keep him out. Our defense has been fantastic. I really love the additions of Aga and Vukotic. They were amazing this year. And we changed our defense around these guys a little bit. Sasha Makenhop, he's my hero. I got his jersey on now. He's a rock, one of the most focused athletes I've ever seen in any sport. Maybe he's not as gifted as some of the greatest athletes I've ever seen, but boy, can he do a job? Can he get it done? He's got the lowest blood pressure. He rarely gets beat, and he's just so focused. I wish I had that kind of focus for anything. I love these guys. They were able to keep it out of the knot. They gave them a lot of shots, but they kept it out. We don't lose by more than 2 goals. It doesn't happen. And now we are. Now it's 5-3. That's a hockey score. It's not a football score. So the fact that Mr. Kauczinski could never get it together, never get these guys to click, never really get it to really never get these guys to be consistent offensive force, which was a tall order. I get it. But after having that first half of the season, it was definitely doable to stay in the league. And I think that's possibly why they panicked. Now, there's another thing I want to bring up. The players that we lost last year, that, again, this is football, like Bennett Kallenbach, which we couldn't possibly keep. He's on his way up. I wonder if he's a national team league guy one day. I do. Brooklyn Eze, although things really didn't work out for him because of some personal issues, he also had to go. I honestly, if we didn't have the relegation playoff, I don't think we'd have lost him, because I think a lot of people in the league, people outside the league saw how great Brooklyn could be. But I think one of the biggest losses, although he is an older player, was Johannes Verst. We didn't have that guy that was able to get it to a Hallenbacher at the time. We didn't have that guy this year. Some of that guy was Robin Heuser. And I guess I'm risking a punch in the mouth from this. I have not been impressed with Robin Heuser all year. And I've just seen so many plays that are real smooth, lots of little ticky-tacky stuff for Heuser to just either put it out of balance or put it over the net, or just make a really poor pass. Receiving the ball, sometimes a bad touch. I don't think he converted. I'm trying to remember him converting on a free kick. I do not think he should have been the guy taking the free kick. But that may be a situation where they couldn't, he was the best guy for the job. That's the best guy they had on the team. But Robin Heuser has not impressed me this year at all. I think I saw a situation with him and Nico Fensner where they got beat by 2 guys, and it was almost comical. To me, I mean, this all happens in a flash. I was at the stadium. They just sort of looked at each other. They couldn't believe they got beat like that. This is some of the problems I've had. I've met Robin, and again, this is where it's hard to say that he seems like a great guy and a great football player. I could never do what these guys could ever do in any sport. But I don't think, even though you have the 8 assists there, that he was a very good replacement for Johannes Verst, who went to Finland, and his team actually went bankrupt or liquidated or something like that. I actually would have liked Verts. I don't know if he wanted to stay for just one more year. And look, I could sit there and blame the coach for not finding the proper chemistry, from tinkering every week. But he only has the tools that he's given. And at the end of the day, when a coach gets fired, it's always the player's fault. Always, 100% of the time. 100% of the time, it's always the player's fault. Hopefully, they can. This will give them that bump in 3 games that I hope they're expecting. In one sense, I think it's Bush League. In the other sense, I'm glad I pulled for a team that's willing to do something crazy to win. It's kind of why I like Johnny Iredale. So on to the new coach, and all the best of luck to him. Nils Doring, who has played for Wehen Wiesbaden in the past. He's been training with the under 17s, under 18s, under 19s. He's played for the club at the top level. 44-year-old takes over. He has a hell of a task ahead of him. And this is not the first time that he's played interim coach. In 2021, he did much the same thing as you can see down here. Whether Nils will be able to do it, I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do different. Maybe this is where my lack of football knowledge comes in, my Americanness. But I do wish him the best of luck. This feels like I'm watching John Terry and Chelsea and bringing him back over and over again. Is that John Terry? I forgot. I don't know. It's him and the guy that played for NYCFC, who I don't like. This stupid 9/11 stunt. But I do wish the best of luck to Nils. He has a hell of a job. We'll be there Sunday. I'm with this team to the end. I don't care if they get relegated. I'm hooked. I'm in there. I'm hooked. I don't care. Please don't let Sasha Makanov go. He just re-signed. Please keep him, no matter where he goes. I need Sasha. I need one constant in my life, and it's got to be Maki. Okay, love Maki. I love this club. It's a club split by a village and a city where it's new in. It's only been there since 2007. I remember when they came. I know there's sort of a weird sort of tension between the Tannersteiners, the Weheners. This team got promoted from basically a small village into the big time, and they got their team taken away and plopped into very rich Wiesbaden, which at times doesn't seem like the Wiesbadens doesn't seem to appreciate what they have, and what they have is a lot. There should be more advertisements all around town. I don't know what it is. Maybe these rich folks around here don't want to. Maybe they're beneath the football team. I don't know. But I know that the Tannersteiners are resentful for losing their club, even though they have the parking. They have the parking, so they built the Brita Arena, and they changed the name, and that couldn't be easy. It could be, and I know this stuff. I know how it feels. The Cosmos dissolved completely. I watched my New York Metro stars become New York Red Bull, so I get it. I wish there was more support from the Americans seem to sit in the blue section, the casual Germans sit in the black and red, the red-black section, and all the Tannersteiners are the ultras. It's a wonderful club. This is a great club, and I think going forward and telling the story about it, hopefully years in the future, will bring it more attention, and that's my hope for you to get into it, for you to check it out, for you to understand what's going on as I learn more as we go forward. And I'll get you. I think everybody should kind of have an English spokesman. I'm not certainly saying I'm a spokesman for Wehen Wiesbaden. Wouldn't want to be. But this is a great club, and to the guys out there, this is it. This is obviously it. You still have a chance. Do not give up. Never give up. There's no give up. There's no such thing. And try to see this through the best you can. And no matter what happens, you can hold your head up very high. This was a monumental task to stay in this league. I get that. It's not easy. I couldn't do it. Not in 3 lifetimes. But your time is now. Your time is now to stay in this league. To be basically a club legend that managed to hang in there. You know, I watch Mines come from nothing, and they're in the Bundesliga for 19 years now, and they're in a similar situation right now, trying to fight to stay in the league, in the first Bundesliga. Your time is now. Fight. That's it. That's all I got. See you.